Hello, this is Hetty de Metty, and Hetty de Metty is live streaming from Holland. And this evening I will do it, of course, in English. And there is a special thing to do for today because there is a request from Canada, Ontario, Canada. Yes, there is connections with the Holland and with Canada, and I hope there is a lot more connections by the whole world. But this evening, especially one reading. Her name is Shirley, and she asked for somebody else. So it is possible to come in this live streaming, and you can send me an email on Hetty, and I just entered right away in the chat box. Hetty de Metty at hotmail.com. And everyone who would like to have a reading, just a reading for somebody else, it is giving away, because it's not for yourself only, this whole spiritual work, but it is for somebody who's very precious for you. And of course, the person in questions can give you also the person which you get a request for. They can also send a request back to me for you, and maybe, or they give it away. It is possible, but anyway, it's not directly for yourself. That's the reason why I do it. Reveal Lifestyle is programmed in Holland as a spiritual project, which will say that everybody has good talents, and if you recognize your own talents, you will recognize that you have a lot of talents to go, and at the end it will be positive if you use it. So you have to recognize it first, and then you can use it, and then the outcome is positivity, more self-esteem, more from yourself, and not because the world is asking about it, but because you can give it away, just because you're born with it. So everybody has a talent, and that's what also in my book. My book is The Value of a Name. It's written by myself and also rewritten by one of my family members in Canada, and I just love it to have it, because now I can serve the whole world. So, good evening. Yes, I got one on the line, and everyone who is joining me, subscribe me, of course, and then join me on this moment. You can come over and send your name, your text message into the chat. And the chat is very handy for me, because you support me with the right questions at the right time. And it's always helping, of course. So this evening I will go for something, what my experiment was last week, but also the request which I have by email. Email is, again, Hetty de Metty at hotmail.com. Kijk. I'm so happy there is a second person who's coming into this chat, and I know her very well too. So thank you very much for your support, both ladies there. Yes, what I try to do is make everybody happy with the recognizing of their own skills. And that's not because I am saying that you have the skills, but because the skills is in your name or in your birthday date, the date that you were born here. So the person who is coming through is one of Ontario, Canada. Later on in this live streaming, I will do that. But meanwhile, I would like to tell about last Saturday, because I talked to a person. They come from Belgium, and the person who has the reading just only speak French and a little bit English. So I hope that you are here. And his name is Antoine. Yes, they're very nice. Also, Antoine, his lady was also over there, and she translated a lot of explanations because I'm a Dutch girl and he was a French speaking Belgian person. And yes, that it's not a combination. I understand French, but it's not speaking. So that was my handicap at that moment. But I was very pleased to know what is happening with the Antoine. And Antoine, if you are listening, I hope, really, I hope that you are going to start with your special talents, which you have. Yes, he has a very nice talent because after a lot of setbacks, he was doubting if he still has everything was successful before he had the accidents. And I was the lucky one to tell him that he is still being very talentful, that he still is going on and still strong. So Antoine, go for it. I know for sure you do it. And your lovely lady, she is also very nice and warm, and she's supporting him. And it's always to have a good support if you have so many setbacks as this person has. So yeah, it was very sad to hear about his accidents. But in the meantime, and he has a lot of moments that he could go to the other worlds, go to heaven. But he was still over here, and I'm so glad that it is here, because he is very talentful, and he is so enjoying to have here. So I hope, Antoine, you go for it, and you go helping such much people over the world, but especially, of course, in Belgium, and maybe you come to Holland. I hope so. You all know where you can come for a cup of coffee. You're always welcome. So everybody's welcome in my store. And the store is in Leeuwarden, in the north part of Holland. Yes, it is. It's on James Watt Street, 2A. And my name is Hetty de Metty, and I'm still here by Refill Lifestyle. So that's what our last Saturday was. Yes, sometimes it is very nice to meet other people and join people, and especially when you don't expect it, and they show up in the same store where you were, and then just by the coffee table we have a very nice talk, and yes, so it was a nice store and nice conversations, exactly. So yeah, sometimes it's meant to be over here somewhere, and even when not the purpose was over there to be a medium, to be in functions, as I always say, sometimes it is a really gift to have, but it's more a gift if you can give it away. And that's what I try to say. Reading can requested here by me by email, and just like the way it is in the chat, you can see it, Hetty de Metty at hotmail.com. And meanwhile, I hope there is a lot of people who is coming here and subscribe me as a Refill Lifestyle, and say to the other friends and family, come on, enjoy it, because I need your subscribings. Yes. Okay, Shirley, you would like to know something for another one. So I don't mention the name and I don't mention the birthday, but it's a lady, a little one, and her name, she has a lot of letters in her name, so she's also got a lot of talents, a lot of skills. And one of the skills, she most says to other people, just give me respect for what I would like to do. So the choices is by herself and not by another one. So please ask her for what her opinion is, and not give the opinion over her. So if you talk to her, then you get more information because she's reflecting everyone. She loves to see how other people can do with the acknowledgement after there is a reflecting. So she loves to give the, and so she's a good advisor to other people. I know for sure. This is well completely on her own way because she is so looking for the energy on a normal basis, just like a regular basis, but she would like to make it all on her own. So every time there is something surprising by her, because she loves to have surprisings and loves to surprise other people. She loves adventure. That's what she is. An adventure, but also a little bit conservative because she loves to also have energy to giving away. So a lot of turning points in her system, but in the end, she is very stable and she's very strong. So that's what it is. She loves to work together, not by herself only. If there is some working together, teamwork, team spirit is very important for her. So yes, she's coming here with a lot of acknowledgement. And acknowledgement is here because she would like to help other people. Helping with reflecting, but also by consulting, also by advising. And still she tries to give everyone the choices to do by herself. You understand? The choice is always the important moment that somebody is growing of just laying back. So you can do something, but you can also say, okay, I'm lazy, I don't want to do anything. But she's always in action. She would go always going to do something. So that's what she does very nice. The months which she came here says that she is considering all the time. Considering, but also thinking about everything and being having all navigations in front of her. So she would like to have all the options, that first, but then also considering everything what is going on. If I do this or do that. So she thinks all the time 2 steps in front. Okay. If there is any chaos in her environment, she loves to have it clean and nice and just having everything in overview. She is sensitive on her own way. So as long as she is in a good environment, as she's good in people who would like trust, then she is very strong in her sensitive. But as long as she doesn't have the feeling that you are into it, or you don't give her the full attention, I don't know exactly how it is other ways, but this is what I try to. Then she's keeping her voice down and say nothing, because she is really one of the master numbers she's got. And the master numbers is always a wise spirit, young personality with an old soul in it. And the soul is wise, and that's the reason why she is always a little bit on, not on the front, but in the end, it's not that she is completely silent, but she is always just in the second part of the room. You understand? It's not in the front, but in the second part. While she is in action, and she is lovely to be activities, then she is in front. But that's a personal thing, but not when she is in function as an consultancy, as an advisor. As an advisor, she is very wise. Yes. So two things about her life. She has to do it by herself. She has to do a plan. She has doing it like her own way. And at the same time, she is very wise for her age. And yeah. I hope that is okay by this, and maybe surely you already been here up, and it's of course 6 hours earlier than in Holland, so that will be the 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 1:20, 20 minutes past one over there. We have already the darkness outside, but you've got the bright light outside, so you have still the day, and enjoy it. I know for sure. I hope you can come on the chat if you would like to say something about it or would ask about it something. And of course, you can do it just the way you always do. And maybe you're already on Facebook because you were yesterday with a personal moment on Facebook with me. So that was really great to have. Shirley and I know each other already more than 20 years, I know for sure. Yes, so I went to her, and that time she went in nearby Barrie in Ontario. It was very nice to be there for the first time. And at your place, I wrote for the first time in an automatic. It was very special. We have a lot of clutch here, a standard card, as you probably would say, with a clutch, and yeah, you've got a lot of automatic cars over there. So yeah, it was nice to learn from you to write with one hand. The other hand was for the coffee or something else. Oh yeah. So I hope that you come online, Shirley, and I hope that you have something to say. Hey, meanwhile, I just go to the next thing. I saw you today one of the lines, and it's I thought maybe I can share it with you. And that's one of the things what I saw was dance before the music is over. It's just like live your life before your life is over. And it's so nice to know that if there is some music in it or some other energy into it, you should have more going into it. Why I do this, I hope that there is a lot of people, especially after last Monday, because I pointed a lot of people what I do normally in the earlier days. I just every time when I did something in Dutch, I did it in English. So it was equal on it. And I just noticed that there is no equal thing going on anymore, because a lot of Dutch people understand English. Unfortunately, there is not a lot of English speaking who is understanding Dutch, but I hope you will learn it, and maybe we can give it a subtitle with it. But I need to see if my friends can install this in that YouTube have this possibility, because I know for sure then the language is a lot of harder for me to do it in English than in Dutch. But meanwhile, I try and I know there is sometimes a succeed moment, so I hope there is. I hope there is a lot of people on your way that you can ask me something about spiritual things, about minerals, about the essential oils, about numbers, about souls, or anything else. Let me know, because I don't know exactly how far everyone is developing. When I was in Canada, and that was a lot of times, 2016, 2017, 18, 19 two times. So 5 times in 4 years. And then Corona came in, the pandemic. And yeah, it stopped us to travel. But of course, there was also my English book. And my English book was already been done with all the work. And I'm still very proud on it. And you know, I'm still proud on making for my own illustrations and all the describing over there. I had a little bit much help from my nieces from from Canada, and this lady, which Shirley has asked it for, maybe I can do something for Shirley by herself. That's much nicer, because she asked it for something, and because I don't know if Shirley has can ask the person who is coming to the was requested for. Okay, this is nice, because I can read by myself and my own book. It's still the value of a name. Your thinking, Shirley, is done in a significant manner, which makes you flexible in your thinking and situations you encounter. You can empathize with the situations of others and are good with estimating their talents. You are quick to disappearing what is important and therefore prioritize opportunities and possible solutions. You also make a great teammate. So that's what it is if you speak about the S. So it's sometimes I do this, but of course you can buy this whole book for yourself. It's only €20, and then you get also the explanation of your birthday, and call it your name into the mail. So you can order this by sending me an email on Hetty de Metty at hotmail.com. It's only €20, and you can get it by the mail, because I send it away from Holland to your place. Okay, which kind of information do I have more? On this moment, I just said everything. Of course, there is some questions about the air of flowers. The air of flowers is very handy for many things. And it's not only when you have bad feelings or just being tired, or no, it's also when you have excitements or there is a lot of stress. Think about a test which you have probably going to, or a job interview, or some other interviews which you would like to have for your next step, for your career. Then you can also spray this, because this spray helps contains lavender, and lavender is always making your mood slowly more clear, more stable, and it will give you, by the other things which have a focus into it, focus on what you would like to compromise. So it's helping a lot. And of course, other people with autism is very handy for it, because it keeps away all the signs who makes us very noisy and busy in our head. So it's helping from a lot of people. So that's what I try to do now. I just have to check my email if there is some person who is coming on the email and have a question for me, or maybe have one of the ladies have a question for me. You can do it in Dutch, and then I translate it, of course, in English. It's always possible. Go to the Hetty de Metty. I didn't, yes, last week I was on the Dutch way and I had to give in a reading for Catherine. Catherine, she has a person, a man, who has a request for a man, for a male, which she has as a good friend, as a family, or somebody from her environment. And it turned that the person was on online when I was there. So very nice. And he was just say that everything was correctly. And I just love to hear this. Of course, I know there is a lot of acknowledgement into it, but I love to have confirmations. So thank you very much for it. Maybe Shirley can also give confirmations if she recognized everything. If there is any questions for the lady, you can always come over in the mail or on the chat, and you can ask me for it. Yeah, good question. There's other questions coming into the mailbox, and it is about my English. Yes, as you already noticed, my English is of course going to be better every time. But it's hard for me to do, and then while I'm here and sitting all the time and translating everything, it should be much easier, and I hope that it will be. What can I do more? No, I just have everything already been. If there is no questions, that wasn't a small time this time, probably. Is there any questions for now? I was wondering if there is. I know in Holland we have a lot of spiritual cards, etc. Angel cards, spiritual cards. If you are having these cards, and what kind of message do you want to have from it? I love to hear that because I'm curious. You understand? Yeah, I would love to hear that. So if there is some person who says, okay, I can help with a card, come over. But you can also see on internet, on YouTube, there is a lot of videos in English which says the explanations of cards of mine. Not all the cards, but a lot of cards. Probably 60% of all the cards there is. Yeah. So if there is any questions about cards, I would like to know. If there is any other questions which you still would like to know, come over and ask me the question, because I'm still waiting for questions. Okay, there is other questions on my email and says, what kind of, what's this? What I love to do if I have the time for myself. I love to paint. Yes, I love to paint. Painting, all starts with painting by my. Before I did some writing, because I was thinking about this book. Before, of course, there is a Dutch book in the earlier day, but before the Dutch and English books were made, there was painting, and painting like an aura painting. Yes, it's just like a field with all kind of flowers. Oh, excuse me. Okay, there was there is a field with all kind of flowers into it, and the way the flowers and everything next to each other was, that was the questions how the processes was going on. And I could see in the painting where the struggles were, where the painful moments were, when people had stress, when people were sick, or all kinds of emotions came into the picture. And it says where it was in the earlier days until the future. And it's not a future teller. I'm not. Never will be and never will do. Because I do believe that everybody makes their own future. So it's based on your information which you got now, with the seed you already planted today will be the outcome tomorrow, or about three or 3 years or 2 months, or just like what you name it. It's not planned by me. It's planned by yourself, and what kind of actions you will do. So my first thing was painting, and I'm still love to painting. Then it makes all clear in my head, because the background is always colorful. I love have blue, purple, white, pink, a kind of colors of that. I'm not so fond of the yellow and the red one, but the blue, the purple, pink, and white, I'm very, it's make me happy and joyful, etc. But it's also saying something about what kids' character we have, or who would we be. The dark colors, brown and green, are really related to the nature, but the blue could be the sky, but blue is also water. Green is also the nature and give us actions, so oxygen, and that's what we need to have new energy on it. So I love to have also the blue in it and purple, because it gives my answers. Yes, I love to have it. Orange, of course I would like to say yes, but no, it's not one of my favorites. But I love to have orange, because orange is also the guidance of people, to help other people. So if I have the background in color, and then in the front I do always silent silhouettes, always the black, and that's something what you can understand. You understand? So people can read the letters, but they don't understand always the context. And what I try to do is make it all clear for everyone. The deep in the color says what is going on in life, and the black one says this is what I like to have or to do. So that's the reason why I do that. If there are more questions, and if I do that sometimes, I will still I do understand. If I have to make the time for it, I would do. But yes, my time is of course very rare. It's not many hours I got for myself, but I just love to do this. You understand? This is what I love to do. It's a sort of hobby, and a hobby with also a mission to do and to help. And when I can share my information, my way of living, I can give other people probably a little bit advice, and I hope to let's shine other people in the area and says, okay, come over and do what you do, and what makes you happy. You understand? It's not what I make my happy only, but of course. And when you see that your environment is going positive and everybody is happy, other people will come in and say, okay, I would like to do it also. What are you learning about? And what are you doing? And is there a place for me? And do you have some drinks for me too? Because I would like to stay here for a couple hours maybe. Yeah. So we have here in Holland 2 locations from our good cause, which we do it all for. Children with needs, they are working over there on the other location too. And people love to come over and just having a cup of coffee and a good talk, and then go look around for the secondhand store, and yeah, and that's good. You understand? It's good to have people over us and to come over. So whenever you are in Europe, you can come to Leeuwarden. Of course, there is 2 places to go, and one of the places I'm here, that is the James Watt Street 2A in Leeuwarden. In the part of Holland, north part of Holland, yes. So I can close this evening, I think, because there is no any questions anymore. I would like to have more requests for readings, and if there is any time, come over and look for yourself, because we have a lot of nice statues and from holy people, but also Christian articles. We've got a Bible here, but also the hymns which we have here. Yeah, so come over, and we have probably a lot of stuff which you would like to have. Have a good evening, and if you have the time, please subscribe me on YouTube. And I love to have a lot of followers. It will help me with growing, and I would like to do it on a natural way. So not buying, but just getting by myself. And I hope you will share everything what we have here, and come over when you have the time, or in our chat on this time, but also on YouTube, Reveal Lifestyle. You can see all the videos back, forward, etc. Every week there is English one and a Dutch one. The Dutch one is normally on Wednesday, but this week it will be on Tuesday, tomorrow. So tomorrow there is a Dutch way instead of Wednesday, because Wednesday is a day off for me. And a lot of people would like to see Wednesday a new one, so they have already something on Tuesday, so come over. Have a good day and have a nice time. And if there is any questions, come over to my mail, Hetty de Metty, and please subscribe me, because I need you as a follower, as a subscribing. Have a good evening. Bye bye, everyone. Bye. Yes. Goodbye.